Hello and welcome to Third Act Film. This is the second part of a 3-part series that we're doing, going over all of the films that came out in 2015. This section is for the bad of 2015. Here with me is Todd James.
Hello.
And I'm James Forbes.
Hello, James.
Just to clarify by what we mean by bad as opposed to ugly, films that are just a bit, could have been better, or it didn't.
It's more films that were a bit of a missed opportunity.
Yeah.
Films that we feel like there was potential, but bad choices were made.
Yeah. All right, you want to... And then at the end of this video, we're going to give our quintessential bad film.
We're crown the bad.
Crown it! All right, go on, Todd. Kick this off.
Okay. I'm going to start with some pretty bad horror films that have come out this year.
Oh, I'm glad I missed every one of them.
Right.
God.
So, Poltergeist was probably the worst offender, or Poltergeist 3D, as it insisted on calling itself.
Oh dear.
Just pretty boring.
I've never seen the trailer. I was a bit scared of the trailer just because of that clown in the box.
Yeah,
but that's from the original film.
Sure. I haven't seen the original, but the end got incredibly ridiculous.
Yeah.
And it's like, why did they spend so much money on this when the scariest bits were like the beginning, the least bad bits? Anyway, these ones are going to be all a bit similar.
Okay.
It Follows got rave reviews.
Yeah, people like that.
Loved it. They were like, "Oh, it's a revolution in horror films."
Yeah.
It was just boring. It was a film that
maybe you just didn't understand it.
Oh, maybe you just didn't understand that. It Follows was the film that thought showing you like an ugly naked person was scary, and it wasn't.
Is it not? Have
No.
you looked in the mirror?
Oh my God, burn! And it was just, and the thing is that the premise of It Follows is real scary.
Yeah.
And
Just the idea of something following you. But
yeah,
you can't
just
find
it never stops.
Yeah.
It follows, you might say. And these two are quite similar. Sinister 2 and Insidious Chapter 3. Both sort of spin-offs, or well, sequels.
Is there a good horror sequel?
Yes.
Is there a good horror film?
Saw 2 is pretty good. Not 4, 5, 6, or 7.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were just clearly just cash-ins. I think that is the biggest problem with them as sequels. They were clearly cashing in on the name.
Did it cash in? Yes, it did.
Well, considering they were so cheap, yeah.
Yeah.
There's one more one as well that is a sequel. Monsters: Dark Continent. I've never seen Monsters.
Right.
But
he got, after doing that first film Monsters, he got the gig to do Godzilla.
Yeah.
And then the visual effects team from the first Monsters continued on. We're like, well, screw you. We'll do our own film. Yeah.
Here's your success, mate. Yeah. It was just boring. Like, in fact, that is actually quite telling. I didn't know that, and it's quite obvious because there are a lot of look at these cool visual effects and just no substance. Yeah. Like completely zero substance.
Gareth, I always get him confused. There's Gareth Evans, and there's
Gareth Edwards is Godzilla. Evans is the Raid.
There we go.
I think I'm probably wrong.
Either one of them.
Yeah.
Whoever did Monsters, he had the direction and then supplemented it with a bit of CGI, and that's why that film was slightly better. Yeah. Well,
yeah.
I can see. Yeah.
Yeah. You got something for me? Let's.
Oh yeah. This is a two-way, isn't it?
Yeah.
Bad. Into the Woods. Bit changed up the tone. Yeah,
I thought it was quite good. It was a great... Well, no, it wasn't a great. It was a good hour-and-a-half film with an extra half hour.
Yeah. I hate films that do it when they end and you're like, okay, let's get up on my seat. Yeah. Oh, no, there's more. Into the Woods. Chappie, for me.
You liked Chappie?
Yeah, but it's still bad. I like it.
No, it's disappointing. It's not bad.
It's both bad and disappointing. Like, honestly, you got a quote for me other than... I don't even know. What? Can you remember have you got a quote from the film?
I am consciousness.
That's from the trailer. It doesn't say that in the film.
What about that scene where
gotta be cool like daddy?
Yeah. Yeah, there you go.
There
You
we go.
remember.
Lovely.
That was just in the
It's just
trailer
bad
as well.
because it
Though.
had bad actors in it. They need to
True.
replace
Not.
Lundy and whatever. Lundy.
Do you mean Ninja and Yolandi?
That's the one.
Right.
These
Or
are replaced
Yolanda,
them too.
whatever it was.
Yeah. Moving on from that, Pixels was quite bad.
I thought
Quite
it was
ridiculous.
fine.
That got so much hate in the Americas.
Yeah, it got hate that it didn't deserve. I feel like it wasn't a great film,
Not necessarily
but
didn't
it
deserve.
had some. It was kind of fun in
It
some
pissed
bits.
on people's childhood. That's why people hated it.
Yeah,
I
true.
can see that.
Yeah.
That's why I wouldn't say this is the worst film ever. Literally, if you're a young kid who's never played any of these games, don't really know much about it, you're like, oh, Donkey Kong, Mario. Anyway, Mario's not even in it, that's why I said that. But
Right.
yeah, it's just bad, and it's disappointing as well. And I'm more disappointed with Nintendo that they never make any films,
Yeah.
and they never lease out their. We had Wreck-It Ralph out a
Yeah.
couple of years ago, and
But they were like, this.
yeah,
This
They
deserves Donkey Kong.
yeah, it's just silly,
Um,
but
I kind of get it. I kind of enjoyed it. It was just like throwaway fun. I've got some.
Go on.
Some pretty bad animated films came out this year. We had some really good ones.
some fantastic.
We
ones.
also had Home.
Yeah, I missed that
Which
one.
had-
Apparently, that turned out to become a film about Nazi Germany.
Kind of.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
now you
haven't
say
seen
that.
it, but I've heard, I've read reviews of someone compared it to Nazi Germany.
Right. I can see where they drew the comparison.
Between this
Right,
kids film
yeah.
and the regime, yeah.
SpongeBob, the sponge out of water.
Yeah. I've heard you have to be high to watch that, and then it's
That
different.
probably makes it much better.
Yeah.
It was just obvious that the SpongeBob doesn't really work as a long form.
Yeah.
You know, as an art, as a piece of art, it doesn't work. Hotel Transylvania 2. It was just why basically.
Yeah. I saw the first
you
one
know-
recently, actually. It's alright.
Right, great.
Yeah, it's
They
good.
just didn't really have. I feel like they didn't think about they thought, okay, this is what we're doing for the sequel. Let's flesh it out, and they clearly didn't have enough. One more, The Tale of Princess Kaguya. Talking about animated films,
I missed that one, yeah.
Oscar nominated The Tale of Princess Kaguya.
I think because they were like, oh, it's got, it sounds like it's from another country, so let's put it in. So we seem cultured.
we are
think-
cultured.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was just kind of
Yeah.
started well, and it got animated films. I feel like when they're over 2 hours, it's just a bit, and it really lost its way. It's from like an old folk story, I think,
Yeah.
and it just kind of, maybe it just didn't translate culturally. But all right, what you got for me?
To that, you and I saw, I think, like, one after the other, maybe?
Sure.
In my brain, that's how it is.
Okay.
Hitman.
Yeah, we saw
Which-
that. Oh, I know what's coming next. Right, carry on.
Hitman, which has the weirdest Audi sponsorship. Great opening scene, but then
Yeah.
just no dialogue.
Yeah, I remember the
worthwhile.
opening scene being like, "Oh, I'm
Yeah.
well up for an hour and a half of this."
Yeah, you're like, oh, if you just keep doing this, it's going to be a great film.
Yeah.
Like, not
Yeah.
great, but like really good, enjoyable film.
Yeah.
But then they all started talking to each other, and you're like, oh, right.
That's a shame.
That's
That
a
is
shame. The film would have been better if it was a silent movie.
Hitman had good action scenes.
Yeah.
Just everything in between it was just like, no, next.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They should have put more action, less dialogue. Done.
Sure. Yeah.
And
I know exactly what you're saying next.
Yeah. Pretty much the same film, I guess.
Very similar.
Transporter Refueled.
Yeah.
Where he literally ghost whipped the ride. There's a whole there's a whole
Ghost Ride the Whip.
15 minutes, maybe longer, of him with his car.
No, it's nowhere near 15 minutes. It's like 3 or 4 minutes of
It's
where
a
the
long
car
scene.
he like leaves it driving along really slowly.
And then gets out and beats up all these people.
Yeah.
Hella weird. Just like, okay.
Yeah.
And there's another scene as well where he's on a jet ski
Oh my god. Yeah.
and it makes no sense. So he's in the water in the jet ski.
You know
chasing us.
science.
Yeah.
Because this film doesn't.
And he goes onto the land. Jet ski keeps going
Even
really
if it was
fast.
like a new kind of jet ski
Yeah.
that had like less friction on it, it just slides onto that sand.
It kept
Yeah.
on going, and then it makes no sense that he jumps out of So if you're okay, imagine you're on a jet ski.
Oh, I'm
you're,
there.
Yeah, you're sat
In my mind's eye.
with your legs in front of you, and then your arms on the handles in front. Yeah.
Yeah.
Now
That's how you do it. Ride a jet ski.
Yeah. Now go from that to then flying feet first through a window of a car. How would you do that?
The thing is, if he'd have flipped over the handles, would have made a lot more sense.
Yeah.
But he didn't. He went up into the air. He manoeuvred his body so that he was laying backwards.
Yeah.
And went through the front window of a car.
They
should have just had him onto the bonnet.
Yeah.
Or had it be a convertible. Like, just save all these issues. Yeah, that was amazing.
There was a lot of and possibly the worst scene in recorded history. You know what I'm talking about.
The flashback scene.
The flashback scene, yeah. So they start off the film, like 20 years ago or whatever, in the past, and they're like, oh, all these bad people took over this area.
Yeah.
And then we get to present day, and
which is the next scene. It's not even like a huge amount later.
There's not a gap. So we've literally just seen them. There's not a gap. And then they go through the first guy, and you see him. He's sat there with like a woman dancing around him, and he
very slowly and unerotically dancing in front
of him.
And
he looks menacing, and he's just sat there. And then it fades to like black and white, and goes to the past scene that we've literally just seen, and shows who he was, which he has not changed at all. It's the same actor. He doesn't look younger in the previous one.
They haven't tried to age him.
No, he looks exactly the same. And then they flash back, and then you come back, and you're like, oh, okay, they're just setting the scene. Okay, all right, let's move on. Then there's 5 people in this room, and they do it for all 5 of them.
Yeah. After the first one, you're like, I get it, just in case anyone's not following. Yeah. They do the second one, you're like, okay, important character, I understand.
Yeah.
They do the third one, you're like, okay, there's a lot of people sitting at this table. Yeah, that was amazing.
You're constantly thinking they're not going to do each one. They can't.
Yeah. Every time they do another one, you're like, that's the last one now.
Yeah.
I'm sure.
You know what? To be fair though, Hitman and Transporter, more so than the rest of this list, I would recommend watching drunk with friends.
I have it on in the background, so when the good bits are happening, you can watch it.
Pay attention. Like Hitman especially. Dialogue in that's just appalling. At least with Transporter, when you had, I forget his name,
Ed Skrein?
Ed Skrein and Ray Winston.
Ray Stevenson.
Who's Ray Winston?
Ray Stevens, rather.
Ray Stevens?
Yeah,
anyway,
Ray Stevens.
The Punisher.
Yeah, the Punisher.
When you have those two talking to each other, their chemistry is brilliant. And I love that.
Yeah.
But
they have a relationship, unlike every character in Hitman. Yeah.
But they're both bad films, but worth going.
Yeah. We as well had a huge debate because they came out like a week or 2 weeks apart.
Yeah.
And we had a huge debate over which one was worse. Me and you.
It's very difficult.
Me fighting for Hitman, you fighting for Transporter.
I think Transporter was worse, yeah.
Right. A couple of other bad films. Okay, I'm going to just name drop it. Carol. Probably going to win an Oscar this year. So boring.
Yeah.
Like, nothing was particularly bad about it. But it was just the most boring, slow-paced. Oh no, something was bad about it, actually.
Yeah.
The romance, for those that don't know, Carol is a romance between an older woman and a younger woman.
Okay.
And the whole time, it is the older woman just like creeping. Just like using her... Yeah, getting her creep on. Using her like money and influence to... And the whole time I was like, if this film was with a man, people would be thinking very differently about this. Like the whole time.
Have you seen Pretty Woman?
I have not.
But go on, yeah.
Yeah. Maggie. Everyone was like, "This is
that.
Schwarzenegger. He's like,
role.
he's going to be amazing." He wasn't. It was boring. It wasn't a unique look at zombie films. It was just boring.
That's a shame.
Unfinished business. Not a funny comedy. Dave Franco was good in it. Vince Vaughn was not. Didn't have it. Like a lot of comedies, at least have a bit where it gets to 3/4 of the way through, and there's like an emotional punch, and you're like, okay, I understand. This didn't even have that. Just not funny in any way.
Oh dear.
Running out of so sort of badish films. Big Game. Did you see that?
I missed that.
Samuel L. Jackson and a little Finnish boy. Not as fun as it sounds.
I've heard there's just one massive explosion.
Yeah, that big explosion is like all of the action.
Yeah.
And the rest is... Don't get me wrong, I love watching Samuel L. Jackson being like, who put these snakes on this plane? Except with more swearing.
Yeah. That line.
Yeah.
I watched the whole film for that one line.
The whole film is garbage.
Yeah.
But, and don't get me wrong, Big Game has some
Keenan
cool
from
bits.
Keenan and Kel in it as one
Did
of the
it?
pilots. Yeah.
Of course, that makes so much sense.
Yeah. Go on.
One more I want to mention, The Gambler.
Missed that one as well.
Mark Wahlberg made this sort of an Oscar season last year. It was meant to be like his contender that year, and it was just self-indulgence through the whole thing. Like, I just felt, and he didn't really gamble very much.
Oh,
like that, just like in The Fighter. No, in The Fighter he does actually fight. In this he like gambles once, and it kind of promoted a horrible message of, be a terrible person, you'll probably get away with it. And I was like, I'm not okay with that. Yeah.
What a year it has been.
Yeah.
It may sound depressing right now, but if you listen to our good video...
Yeah.
Woo!
There are a lot more films that we mentioned in that.
Yeah.
Have you got any more for the bad before we crown our bad?
I've got a couple controversial ones, I suppose.
Okay, lay them on me.
I
said Carol, so it can't get much worse than this.
Jupiter Ascending, which I know you disagree
Right,
with.
yeah, fine.
I've mentioned before, just it's not... I was, after watching it, offended, but now, I've got time on my side.
There are some okay bits in it.
There's no okay bits in it.
Yes, there are. Okay, no, let's not get into this now.
Man from U.N.C.L.E. Weird statement, yeah.
I thought you quite liked that.
I really liked it.
What?
I
really liked it.
But it's not, when I think, okay, what is the best films of this year? I'm not like, oh yeah, Man from U.N.C.L.E.
Yeah, but there's a big space in between best films of the year and thinking something's bad.
And this film is on the lower end of that spectrum, and it's...
But I really like Man from U.N.C.L.E.
It has some of the best dialogue, definitely. But a few of the action sequences I didn't like, which I said after watching the film. It's they do kind of like experimental editing, I suppose.
Like the raid on the island.
There's a raid on the island, but they show you've got like 5 different screens whizzing past you on screen.
Yeah.
That all showing different perspectives of this raid, and I kind of just wanted to see the raid.
I get that, but I thought that was good because you don't need to see that. You want to get to the meat of the action scene.
Yeah.
Anyway, carry on.
Yeah, and it was quite funny. That's my most controversial one, so I'm gonna leave it at that. So, all right.
Okay,
crowning
here we go.
The bad film of the year.
So, bear in mind, this isn't the worst film of the year. This is just a film that...
A bit like, meh.
Yeah.
Unlucky, mate.
Yeah. Entourage.
Oh, no way.
Yeah. Never seen the TV show. I thought, this is going to be good fun. This is going to be just like hanging out with the boys. Hanging out with the boys, getting Shiki and Nando's. Yeah. Except in America.
Yeah, whatever the equivalent is.
Yeah, I don't know. And it was just... Just like the whole time, it was just like, maybe if you have seen the TV show, you liked it, but the whole time I was like, none of these guys are likable.
No.
They all deserve, like they all need to sort their lives out. The whole plot is that one guy is like a kind of successful actor, and the other guys just follow him round.
Yeah, pretty much. They're his entourage, yeah.
Yeah.
That's the name of the show.
Yeah. and I was just like, is this really like, and it was just like, if you have a rich and famous friend, just be a leech. And
I've heard comments that it is utter trash.
True.
It celebrates the kind of consumerism.
Yeah.
But not ironically, it's like, no, this is the kind of lives you should lead.
Yeah.
Where you
100%.
treat women like meat, and you all you care about is your physical image. But it doesn't do it as a joke. It's like, no, this is what people should aspire to.
Yeah, and none of them ever learn any lessons.
Yeah.
Like
they're
one
all
of
just
them,
douchebags. And
spoilers here for the Entourage film. One of them has like a sex tape leak, but it's not like a sex tape. It's like a particularly embarrassing thing for him. And then that year he like wins an Oscar.
On that,
and I know that those are kind of two unrelated things, but
that's weird.
It's just kind of like, why did any of this happen?
Yeah.
Like, it's just, anyway. Go on. What have you got for me?
Tough.
Can you beat sex tape and Oscar?
I'm going with one we've already mentioned.
Okay. Oh, sorry if it was me that mentioned it.
That's right, I think I did. That's really hard for me to say, but as bad film of the year,
Okay.
Chappie.
Okay, I don't understand your thought process here.
Yeah,
We watched it, I think, together,
yeah,
and you really enjoyed it.
yeah. But time,
Stop saying that.
but time is a cruel mistress.
No,
She is.
no.
And looking back, without my
Without your robot tinted glasses.
without my robot tinted glasses,
No, James, this makes no sense. You thinking
it's just
Chappie.
disappointing. It's just bad.
This
It's
isn't
not-
about
there's-
disappointment.
Yeah, I know it's not about disappointment, but it is still an element in being a bad film. That its potential squandered. That this is a bad film, and that there is a good Chappie out there called Ex Machina.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like this is
Yeah.
just it. Just
This was meant to be the
Gives
action version of Ex Machina.
yeah, and it kind of delivered on the action, but it didn't deliver on story. And it just as it's getting good is when it ends, and there's no promise of a sequel.
Well,
And,
not after it flopped. No.
yeah, not after it flopped, and it flopped for good
James,
reason.
I'm
Because
disappointed in you.
it's what's his name, Neil Blomkamp again trying to do the same story for the third time, and I feel like he's like, guys, like they're all different. See, I'm like, dude, you're doing the same bloody thing since the first one, and they still don't like it's not working. The
And they're
first one
getting
worked,
worse.
and they're getting worse, and I can see, and it's just bad because this is the turning point in my opinion of the director as well. This is, yeah.
Lost him
Bad
Alien
film.
as well. Lost him Alien 5.
Huh?
It lost him Alien 5.
Did it?
Yeah, it's not happening anymore.
Oh,
Or it's
no.
like it's been pushed back indefinitely, so Ridley Scott can make Prometheus 2, now called Alien.
Yeah.
So he's just like off it now.
Alien Lost Paradise. Yeah.
Paradise Lost or Covenant, isn't it?
Covered it.
We'll know one
So
day.
many names. Yeah.
It's probably called Alien,
With a 5 at the end.
but the L is a 5.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. So that's it. What is not necessarily your worst film of the year, but what do you think is just bad?
Yeah, what were you
was-
like? Oh, wow, that was a shame. Shouldn't have watched that.
Should have watched that. Oh well. Let us know in the comments below. I've been James Forbes.
And I've been Todd James.
Bye.
I think, yeah, that's probably going to be the biggest one of the year.
Oh no, it's raining. Oh no, my powers. Yeah.
You don't want to be rained by fire. And it's
You're right.
Yeah.
I don't.